Hey all, Double 18 Set Shadow here. So this weekend is the BCS tournament happening in Georgia, and we got some results already for Standard Vanguard yesterday, where I saw something pretty interesting where there was a Fennel that ended up in the top 4 from what I've been reading. So that's going to be interesting to see what that deck list looked like. But to start off our market watch today, I wanted to go over where Fennel is right now, with that said. And right now, when it comes to Fennel, it's still pretty easy to pick up most of its support cards, like the triple rare for the main card itself, Fennel, is just under $3 to grab. And if you want the FFR for this one, it's available for $16 to start off with, and the LSR is at $160 right now. Market price on the LSR is currently $136. And one of Fennel's bigger support cards, Prank Explorer Crispina, is still pretty cheap to pick up as well, with over 20 listings on its triple rare, starting at just under $2. And the FFR is available from around $29, which is a little lower than its current market price of $31. So then moving into other cards, one thing that I saw was a buyout that's happening on Spiritual Body Condensation. And not just on the original from set 1, but there's a promo version that we got as part of tournament packs with an alternate art as well. And there's also the SP that came out in set 4, where right now the cheapest one on the market is the holofoil version from set 1. Yeah. For some reason, the buyout on the regular rare has gone up to $10.25, where the market price is still $1.29, and the holofoil is $2.34, and it still has 9 listings. Let's take a closer look at where some of these are. The 2 listings we've got on the rare are $10 to $11. The alternate art common print is $12.50 to $15 for the first 3. Actually, there are only 3 listings on that one. And then the holofoil goes from $2.34 to $5, but there are only 3 copies amongst those first 3 listings. The SP is available for $15 for its first 3 listings, but the last one has a $4 shipping tag. And the foil version of the alternate art is actually the most expensive on the market right now at $25 to $35, and there are only 3 listings on that one. Not sure what happened there, but yeah. I know with Levy Dress you need orders in order to magnify just how much value you get out of like Crumbling Arm and other cards, but I never expected condensation to be an option of choice given that it's just been out of the format for so long. Talking a little bit more about Levy Dress though, we've got Skull Claw's Huntsman Hooli, which is a new rare that came out in set 4. In particular, I just want to cover the FR of this one, which is at $5 and only 4 listings right now. But with Levy Dress looking to be one of the bigger decks coming for set 5 next month, at $5 right now, that might be a decent deal, and I could expect that to eventually sell out and move up higher. There's no silver rare on this since it's only a rare, so the high rarity is really only the FR. Some talk on some of the other cards from set 4, like Barrow Magnus. Barrow Magnus, despite getting a new form, has not seen much popularity and is still really cheap to pick up. The triple rare has 48 listings on the market starting from 37 cents, and the market price has been on a downturn from $2 all the way to 45 cents. But of course, that was from release weekend, so no surprise that it was even $2 to begin with. When it comes to consolidation, there's a lot of consolidation under 40 cents, so very easy to pick up. Impalio is currently at $4.80 for its base price on the triple rare, 18 listings overall, and the market price is also on a downturn. I mean, this was one of the more expensive ones on pre-release, which didn't make sense, and now it's $4.60 for the market price. And when it comes to what's available, consolidation is again just under $5, and even when you consider other listings. Yeah, it's basically a $5, $4 card if you want to pick this up. Dustin 1 of Supremacy Lysifiel. I haven't really covered this one that much because it's been pretty cheap from the start, and it's still pretty cheap. $254 to pick up the triple rare here, 47 listings, and the market price on this one is currently $317. And the lowest listing on the market is where all the consolidation is at $2.54. So very easy to grab at this point. Box prices on Dimensional Transcendence, DivineZ 3 is getting lower. Now the lowest price on these boxes is $32, and we've actually seen sales of this box as low as $25 in the last few months. The high price sale was $67, but I would imagine that was at the very beginning of this portion. And there are lots of boxes available on that low end, and even when you go to heavier consolidation, it's still a $35 box, which is still incredibly cheap in comparison to what we have seen on box prices up to this point. There are good cards to pick up in this set, but overall this set has just been kind of glossed over in terms of value. Like, despite the fact that it's produced the arguably top deck of this format, Shoujo Doji, that deck is still incredibly cheap to pick up, and most of its staples are getting lower and lower in value. And while I've been covering this one a lot, there has been a massive spike in value on this one, so I have to cover it again. Azure Sky, White Scale, Asperonia, and Saphira, the triple rare, excuse me, has been bought out to the point of 2 listings to a base price of $80. It surpassed Forward and Revtis in terms of its base pricing there, and the market price has shot up to $39.21, and the highest sale price that we've seen, which has been more recent, $68.99, 3 copies. So that is easily over $180 for 3 of them. And all the $50, $55 copies also got bought off the market more recently. I know this is played heavily in Levy Dress with set 5 support, but Night Rose also has some potential with this one later. So, while I can definitely see the hype for it, this is getting pretty insane. I really have nothing else to say on that, but yeah. To that point, though, I do want to review box prices for Festival Booster 2024. Now that we're seeing increases in value on a lot of the different singles in this set, between Forward Revtis, Saphira, as well as Leorosol, and then there's Caliburn. There's so much good stuff in this set, and players are still pretty hesitant to buy this at around $65, $60, $70, which is understandable. But the thing is, now that we're at a point where all of these dual nations are becoming $30 cards pretty consistently, with the exception of 2 of them right now, this set is actually looking to be a pretty easy steal if you manage to get it for about $50, in my opinion. $60 and higher begins to be a bit expensive, and $70 is understandable, but it's still kind of expensive. Regardless, if you manage to pull a Forward Revtis or a Saphira now, even at a $65 rate, you basically made your money back on buying these boxes no matter what. Then we've got Dancing Princess of Elegant Flames Justina. I don't know why Olfa somehow ended up on here, but the main thing I'm talking about here is Justina, which is from Illusionless Stripe, DivineZ 6. Basically because the double rare is getting bought out to the point of $10 right now, and the FR and Silver Rare both have listings that are currently under the lowest double rare at this point. The Frame Rare can be picked up as low as $450, and the Silver Rare can be picked up at $627, but the lowest listing on the double rare is $10 right now. So if you're looking to pick this card up, better to go for the high rarity, because that's what's on the lower end at this point. This is something I still don't understand, so if anyone has any insight as to why this is shooting up, I'd like to hear it. Super Aesthetic Shot from Lyrical Trick or Trick is now a $7 card for its double rare, and the frame rare is currently at $3 with more listings. Now, another case where the frame rare is cheaper again, but regardless, I still don't know what deck really plays this, so I don't know why this card keeps going up in value. I sold copies at $2. I mean, I don't understand why it even sold at that rate, but now the fact that it's even getting bought out to this point still intrigues me. And actually taking a look at history, let me see if it's actually been set. Yes, it has. Yes, it has. There have been copies selling for $8 as of the end of October. So yeah, if anyone has any idea as to why this one is selling, it's just Counterblast 1 and all your rear guards get 5k until the end of turn. Yeah, I just don't understand this one, to be honest. So I did a video a little while ago on my prediction for what's going to happen with the glitters, but after Bushiroad made more reveals on new encounters that are filling up the triple rare slots, that's throwing some of this into confusion. So my guess was that Set 5 variants of the glitters are going to be replaced by new variants that would come out in DivineZ Set 6. But now there's even a probability that we may not even see any of the glitters except for Roroa get any new support in DivineZ Set 6. Or at least only Roroa might actually get a new grade 3, which is, I believe, what got brought up as a comment in my analysis from one of my followers. So that is a very intriguing concept, and it will be kind of disappointing to see if Roroa is the only one that gets a new grade 3. They're going to have to do something to appease the rest of the base, because as much as Roroa is the main character in terms of the glitters, most of the popularity seems to fall around Eva, to be honest, so it would be weird to see Eva not get something out of it. In any case, Roroa Vertisan Flash from set 11 is currently at 21 listings and still pretty easy to pick up. Right now, it's $1.45 at cheapest, and more consolidation around $3 on this card. So, I mean, now that it's kind of been thrown up, there's a possibility that these might not even be relevant anymore either, which I threw up as a possibility as well in that video, but yeah, now I'm not sure what's going to happen. I still want to stick by that we'll at least get a grade 3 for each, but that's just been thrown out. That feels like it's been thrown out the window. But because Roroa is definitely getting its grade 3, there's also a buyout. Actually, it's just been sold out now. Drag Ritter Radina from set 5, the SP is currently completely out of stock. And I should note that it seems that Momoke is actually going to get a unit card now, so that could even throw Radina out the window depending on how things go, because the Momoke token might just get completely replaced too, but we'll have to see. In any case, the SP of Radina is currently sold out with a normal market price is currently $27.44. And the high sale on this one has been $39. In terms of what was more recent, it was that $39. So, ultimately, it's going to be a lot of anticipation as to what Roroa is going to get. So, stay tuned. It's coming up this week. Fluctuate Buster Barrage's FR. This is a blitz order from set 11 for Brantgate that has seen a buyout. $15 right now to pick up the FR on this card, and right now it has sold for $15 and a market price of $6.28. The only listings available go from $15 all the way to $18. Stormband Dragon, with Gondiva getting new support in Mask later, and on top of that, Eugene also getting new support in set 5. We've been seeing a move up on this card. The regular promo is currently $13 with only 2 listings, and the foil version is currently available for $18 but a market price of $7. Talking a little bit about the promos for BCS, we're still not really seeing many of them come up on the market. And I know there's a lot of anticipation on what now Inabe's heel trigger is going to sell for, but it seems that that's going to be wholly on the secondary market outside of TCG Players so far. There are no listings of this card whatsoever. Same goes for the energy marker for the side event, where there's nothing here either. And all of these different nation-based energy markers also don't really have any listings on TCG Player either. So it's very sparse here. Nobody seems to be selling any of these on TCG Player at this point. And our last card for today is the SP version of Asterisk Kyrie from the original trial deck for Lyrical Monasterio, because $70. The lowest listing on this SP is now $70 with only 2 listings on the market. But the high sell on this is $15 and the market price is just under $9. So I can't imagine this would actually sell at $70, especially given Kyrie has other high rarities to compensate for something like this. So yeah, I just can't see this selling. But if it does, oh man. Thank you guys for watching. If you liked the video, please like and subscribe if you haven't already, and I will see you guys later.